How are you? Good. I'm good.
The balls and the straps?
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff?
Yes.
I hate it.
How are you?
Good.
Okay.
I went to Zion.
Utah.
Yeah, and I was on the trail. And I was dying. I was like, I gotta practice my breathing.
Yes.
So it helped. It helped.
Did like the long hikes? I've never been, but I've known people.
We did a couple, like, it was like a bachelor party, and I wasn't the oldest, but I was on that side of it.
Yeah.
And, we didn't go too crazy. We did 2 hard ones and like 2 easy ones.
Is Zion the one where you walk through water too,
You
like
can do
canyons?
that,
Okay.
but
At the Narrows, yeah. Did you guys do that one?
like, but you saw people in like their jumpsuits or whatever.
Yeah.
We like walked up to it, but didn't get wet.
But the national parks are
It was beautiful.
anywhere you go. I feel like
Yeah,
you see something incredible.
yeah, it was awesome.
My dad still, when he moved from California back to India, he took like a boys' trip with a bunch of his friends to Zion, and then he did like a driving trip of a few national parks that were close by. And this was maybe 15 years ago, and he still talks about it. He was like, "This was the greatest thing of my life. We slept in a tent and all this stuff."
It was fun.
Yeah,
The temperature was perfect. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to go in the middle of the summer, but it was,
good for now.
yeah.
It's on the list. I feel like there's so much stuff here. It took me so long to get to the Adirondacks, like growing up in New York and in Philly, not even realizing that they were close. And I spent some time in Maine. It's always on the list to go to the desert or like go to Yosemite.
Yeah, it's like, the landscape is so large, you just feel like every time I go on this, I always forget that like parts of the world like this exist.
Yes.
You know, like you're just,
Yeah. I feel like it's like a good reminder for us all.
Yeah.
You know, every time I'm in expansive space, I'm like, oh, right. I'm this big. In a good way. Yeah. Oh, we'll start in a couple minutes, y'all. Therapy balls are over here. You can grab some. A strap we'll use. We'll definitely use some blocks. And we'll be doing a few things with the knees down. So if you'd like to grab a blanket, I can also bring everything over to you. But all the good props. Hello. How are you? Good. I think almost everyone's here. what was I saying? It was last week's class. I said it was the pollening, and now it's false spring or real spring. I can never tell. There was that meme that was circulating in my algorithm that was the different seasons of Philadelphia weather. And a couple weeks ago, it was fake spring, summer, the pollinating, and now we've entered back. And so tonight I will be scrambling to bring the houseplants back inside because I got too excited to put them outside. Well, good to see you all. Hello. How are you doing? Good. Yes. Let's see. Okay. Hi. How are you? Good. All right, y'all, we'll get started. I can take your time, get comfortable. I can bring props over to you, but we'll use them all today. And here we are in the green, if you could tell. We were saying this last week. This is week 4 of the chakra series, and I've been desperately trying to color coordinate my outfits to the colors of the chakras. And orange and yellow were tough, but now we've entered the phase of green, blue, and purple, where the wardrobe is fully stacked. So everything, every layer that I peel off will be greener and greener than before. So we've made it halfway through. Can't believe it's already been, this is the 4th week from when we started. But for those of us that are new to one another, and I didn't get a chance to say hi, my name is Anisha. Thank you for coming and being here. Hi. And there's a whole bunch of spring announcements that I have to share. The workshop schedule is fully locked and loaded. We're starting our outdoor summer yoga series where you might be familiar. Three Queens teaches a lot of classes at Ray Street Pier. And then I'll be leading a bunch of free classes over at the Art Museum Sculpture Garden starting in May, but I'll give you some more details about that after we finish practicing. But today, inside in climate control, where fans or heat might need to be turned on depending, we've entered the midway point of my 7-week chakra series that I like to share each and every year. So this week, we are on the chakra of the heart. And in Sanskrit, this chakra is called Anahata chakra. In English, Anahata literally translates to unstruck. It's the thought, the explanation behind it is when two things are close towards each other, and there's this vibrational quality that occurs even without the two objects hitting one another. So this unstruck quality of the heart. The element of this chakra is that of air, and the color is green. And I like to think of this green not just as Crayola marker green, but if we're in the season of fresh cut grass, or if you spent time in a jungle and seen all the luscious tones of all of the greens, this is a very vibrant and alive, rich green color. And this chakra, it's located in the heart, and it's associated with our nerve endings and muscles of the heart, the lungs, and all of the muscles used for respiration. So it's very convenient that the element of this chakra is that of the heart. And this chakra's definition, what it stands for, why we talk about it, it symbolizes, and it's the place in which we begin to experience love and how to be loved in return. So there's a sense of platonic and romantic love that begins, hi Molly, that begins to see ourselves in the other. A quick reminder, the first 3 chakras that we did, the first one at the very base, the color of red, asking yourself the question, do I have everything that I need? Enough water, enough food? Have I slept enough? The second chakra asks us the question in the hips, what are my desires? What is it that brings me pleasure? The third chakra that we did last week, a lot of twists, a lot of building heat, ask yourself the question, now where am I looking to direct my own energy towards? Where do I want to take some more actions? Is it time to sit and think a little bit more about what it is I want to do? And this fourth chakra is less about the me. This is still an internal experience, but it's more about how we begin to connect to the other, how we begin to see and relate to the other in relationship with one another. So I have a lot more to say about it as we start to practice, but the question around this chakra is, what can I care for more? So in the context of your yoga practice, we're moving into a practice of some heart openers, of some back bends, of feeling space in the chest and lungs. The question in the context of a yoga practice is, how can I care for myself more? How can I move my body in ways that nourish me, that support me, that may look like what others around me are doing, or they may look completely separate and different. But in order to see what you can care for more, it's really dialing into that internal world, that internal experience. So together, we'll actually begin in heart bench that Sweet Kishan is perfectly demonstrating right in the middle of the room. So in a moment, you'll have your head to the front of the room, feet to the back of the room. And if there's a version of heart bench that you know and love, please feel free to come into it. I like the version where one block is at its highest height at the top of your mat. The other block is at its middle or lower height, somewhere a fist or two away. And then as you come to lay down, you'll slowly lay onto the block so that lower block comes right in between your shoulder blades. Think less in the middle and bendy part of your spine, but more supporting your upper back. And then you can use your hands to adjust that block behind your head so that it supports the weight of your head, neck, and shoulders. And as you lay down, take your time to get as comfortable as you possibly can. Give yourself a moment or two to move or adjust those blocks in any way to support you to find the most amount of ease. And if something doesn't feel quite right or uncomfortable, please feel free to call me over. Sometimes moving one of the blocks an inch or two creates a whole universe of difference. You can do anything you like with your legs. You might have your legs out long in front of you, more like Shavasana. You might, if you're experiencing anything in your low back or in your hips, you might bend your knees and let your legs rest into one another so that the weight of your legs supports the other. But see what it feels like to let your arms come down by your sides with your forearms, the backs of your hands heavy against the floor. And with your eyes softened or closed, begin to listen for your own breath. The breath is that first gateway into the subtle and energetic body. The breath is part of you that you can't necessarily see, but you might more than clearly feel. And it's here in this practice dedicated to these wheels, these circles of energy that live in our body, these chakras. The breath is the gateway in. So as you let your next inhale begin to move from your nose down into your belly and slowly up into your heart, let your exhale move out through your nose or parted lips and see what part of you can soften into your support. Continue with a few more breaths, just on your own, following the sound of your breath itself. Letting each breath move in and down so it fills you up. And each exhale offers itself up and out. The breath moves first into the direction of your own heart. Your heart then awakens and informs your mind. And your mind illuminates the full agency of your body. So in the gift of this practice where you experience all aspects of yourself, the breath that you have, the body that supports you, and the very spirit of who you are. We'll begin our time and our practice with 3 more rounds of that breath. So wait for your next inhale as it fills you up from bottom to top, and a longer breath out through every fiber of your being. 2 more times, just on your own. At the bottom of your breath, pause for a moment. Take notice of any of those differences that come when you listen for and really remember your own breath. And keeping a thread of that connection inward, start to blink your eyes open And begin to bend both knees as you bring your feet onto the floor if they're not already. With your feet on the ground, keep your butt heavy. Slowly start to reach your arms up towards the ceiling like you're holding a big beach ball between your palms. Spin them towards each other. As you spread your fingers wide, on an inhale, stretch your fingertips 3 more inches to the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades broaden on the block behind you. And as you exhale, plug the shoulder blades together. Feel your upper back settle into that block. 2 more times, a big breath in to reach up. Spread the fingers as you touch the ceiling. And even open your mouth to let it out as you plug the shoulder blades together. 1 more, flossing those shoulder blades. Big breath in, reach up, spread the fingertips. And as you open your mouth to let it out, plug those shoulder blades together. Now keep the shoulder blades plugged in. Spin your palms towards each other as you begin to sweep your arms overhead towards the front of the room. Less about touching the floor, but imagine your thumbs reaching to the floor first, while your pinkies could touch the ceiling. And as you stretch back through the fingertips, take a big breath in. On your exhale, stay as you anchor your butt and your feet down onto the ground. Now begin to interlace your fingers. Bring the webbing of your hands together. Lift your head and neck up off the block. You can slide that block out from behind your head and bring your hands to interlace at the back of your neck, at the back of your skull. Once your hands are holding into your head, dart your elbows up towards the ceiling and gently lift your chin away from your chest as you keep the throat open. A big breath in here. And on your exhale for an heart bench crunch, use the belly to peel yourself away from the earth, keeping your upper back connected. A few more times. Inhale to coil back, keep the chin lifted. As you exhale, think the ribs moving back to lift your heart, lift the chin. 4 more rounds, follow your breath more than my voice. You might keep your knees bent, feet on the floor the whole time for more support. Or to add a little spice in the lower body, maybe you stretch your legs out in front of you as you dig your heels, your calves, and the backs of your thighs into the ground. Move as slowly as you can with your breath. Keep feeling the ribs moving back, the belly moving back to lift your heart up. And as you take 2 more rounds on your own, try to unclench your fingers behind your head and let the jaw and the tongue be soft. Now the second or third time you curl up and away from the block, bend your knees, bring both feet onto the floor. Let your hands catch behind your thighs to peel yourself all the way up to a seat off of your block and come to turn around to find your way to tabletop facing the front of the room. You can use your blocks to frame out the front corners of your mat. As you make your way to all fours with your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and let all 10 of your toes curl under to feel the arches of your feet. With your eyes closed or soft, take a big breath in through the nose and even open your mouth to let it out and see how your body shifts with the length of your breath. Now linking breath and movement, begin to take a few rounds of cat and cow, rounding and arching the spine, feeling how your breath and body shapeshift with one another. Let's go for 4 cycles of breath for this 4th chakra. You might stay rounded or arched for a few breaths, but what is it that you can care for more here as you let your breath lengthen and expand in every direction? When you find your next exhalation, come back to table, find your neutral spine. Begin to walk your hands a handprint forward of your shoulders, walk your knees back behind your hips, and as you curl your toes under, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take as much time and all the breaths you need to find your way there. In your down dog this afternoon, walk your feet a centimeter wider than they all already to give your hips a little more room. And now lift both heels and take a tiny bend in your knees to unlock those knees. Let your knees guide open towards your 2nd and 3rd toes. And as you keep your knees bent, lift your butt high to the sky. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, pedal just your right heel to the ground to notice what you feel in the back of the right leg. Soften your right knee, stick your butt high to the sky, a big breath in. And on your exhale, slowly pedal the left heel to the earth to notice what you feel in the back of the left leg. Now at the bottom of your exhale, begin to lift both heels, soften your knees, look forward, and 1 foot at a time, walk your feet up towards your palms to come into your forward fold. Your hands might be high up on those blocks out in front of your feet so the floor can rise to meet you where you are. You might widen your feet or let your knees soften to care more for your low back and your hips. But as you bow in towards your own heart, take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out, bowing towards yourself, towards your center. After a few breaths, bring your hands up to your hips, stand through your legs, and an inhale to come up to rise as your hands release by your sides. With your feet right under your hips and your toes pointing ahead, a big inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, soften your knees to fold over your legs. On your inhale, come up halfway to lengthen, hands to your blocks or shins as you reach your chest forward. And on your exhale, fold, plant your palms, step it back to plank pose, the top of your push-up. You might lift your knees, you might tap them to the floor behind you, but with your hands as wide as your mat, take a few breaths here. Without moving your hands, can you hug your arms towards each other? Feel the forearms and the biceps engage. Slide your ears back so your head is in line with your chest. A big breath in. And on your exhale, begin to bend your elbows to lower all the way down to your belly. With your hands as wide as your mat, inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra as you lift your chest. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog, tabletop, or puppy pose for 3 breaths on your own. Breath to your heart, heart to mind, and mind to body. They're all interconnected with one another. So as you pause in your down dog, in your table or puppy, feel your hands heavy on the ground. And with each inhale, can you hug your hands towards each other? Feel the biceps and the shoulder blades engage. And now from in between your shoulder blades, push through your arms to lift your butt up and back to the wall behind if you're in down dog. A deeper breath in and a longer breath out. At the bottom of your exhale, begin to lift your heels, soften your knees, peek forward, and come forward, feet to your hands, into your forward fold. As you inhale, lengthen halfway, reach the bottom of your heart to the front of the room, and exhale to fold in towards yourself. Let your feet be hip-width apart, and as you keep your right foot forward, step your left foot all the way back to lunge. Bring your hands high up onto blocks or fingertips on either side of your right foot. Wiggle your left toes back just another inch to get longer here in your stance. And now stay in the lunge. Take a breath to lift your heart, grow long through the spine. And as you exhale, straighten your right knee as you fold and bow in. Let's do that 2 more times. Big inhale, lead from the chest, grow long. Wait for the exhale as your front knee straightens and you fold. 1 more time, take a long breath from belly all the way up to the chest. And on your exhale, straighten your front knee as you fold in. Now pause here with your legs straight. Take a few breaths. Lift your back heel higher away from the ground. Wrap your left hip to the front of your mat and tack your right hip to the back of your mat. See where that sensation travels in the back of your right thigh. Now with your legs straight, press into your blocks, come up halfway. Keep your left hand connected and bring your right hand to your right hip. Wrap your right hip to the back of your mat. Shrug your right shoulder up and back, and from your belly, start to twist open to the right, over that right thigh. You might stay here, breathing. You might reach your right arm up to the ceiling for this variation of revolved triangle, but a bigger breath in. And a longer breath out as you lean back against yourself. Now on an inhale, unwind, lower your hands, bend your right knee, look forward, and all the hops you need to bring your left foot to meet your right. Inhale to lengthen halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And on your exhale, fold in towards yourself. Let those feet be hip-width apart. And as you step your right foot all the way back to find your lunge, come high up onto your blocks or fingertips, framing out your left foot. Squeegee the right toes back, get longer here in your stance. And now with your breath more than my voice, inhale, the heart lifts. As you exhale, straighten your left knee as you fold and bow in. 2 more times, wait for your inhale to come through to lunge. As you exhale, straighten your front leg and bow in. 1 more time, take a deep breath in, take your time. And as you exhale, let your front knee straighten as you fold. Now here with that left leg forward, the hips tend to want to spin open to the right. So can you lift your right heel, wrap your right hip to the front of the room, and tack your left hip to the back of your mat. The dream is to feel it in the back of your left thigh. Now, as much as your hips stay square, press into your blocks. Breathe in to come up halfway. Bring your left hand to your hip. And as you wrap your left hip back, shrug the left shoulder up and back and twist to the left for Pavrita Trikonasana, revolve triangle. As your left hip wraps back, try to lean back against yourself, taking a deeper breath in. Stay for the exhale, and maybe that left arm reaches higher to the sky if it's overhead. On your next inhale, unwind, lower your hands, bend your left knee, plant your palms onto your sticky mat, and step it back to downward facing dog. With those hands as wide as your mat, inhale through to plank pose, reach the heart forward. Exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Drink in your breath, Bhujangasana, Cobra. And as you exhale, take it up and back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale to lift the right leg to the sky. Step your right foot through to find your lunge. Spin your back heel all the way to the floor, and on your inhale, rise for warrior 2, facing the long edge of your mat. Let your right knee and your right toes point straight ahead to the front of the room. And as you look away from the ground, stretch out through the fingertips and remember your breath, a deeper breath that moves in and down. Stay for the exhale, bend into your front knee, guide your right knee open as you look away from the floor. Now keep your legs steady, breathe in to reach just your arms to the ceiling. Bend your right elbow, pat yourself on your upper back, and let your left fingertips grab onto the elbow. Reach your right elbow high to the ceiling. As you gently press your head back to lift your chin, try to slide the ribs back to support the middle of your back. A big breath in and down. Stay for the exhale as you bend into your right knee. Guide your right knee open towards your right pinky toes. And now on your next breath, release your arms to a T. Straighten your right leg. Take a big breath in. Reach out through the fingertips. And for Trikonasana, let your right hand come onto a block or the floor in or outside of that front foot. Your left hand might stay on your hip. You might reach it up to the ceiling. But unlock your front right knee if it tends to hyperextend. And now without moving your legs, try to hug your feet towards each other. Feel the inner thighs engage. As you hug your feet in, press straight down into your right hand. Reach your left fingertips 4 more inches to the skylights above you. And now lean back against yourself. A bigger breath in. Stay for the exhale and a side stretch. Start to sweep your left arm over your ear towards the front of the room. Imagine if someone could pull you through the left fingertips, but you're resisting with your left foot. Reach out through the left waist, the left shoulder, and lean back against yourself. Good. On an inhale, unwind. Lower your hands to the floor, bend your right knee, and step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal the heels, take a breath to notice what a difference feels like from side to side. And with those hands as wide as your mat, inhale through to plank pose. Wait for your exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Drink in your breath, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Hug the shoulder blades towards each other. And exhale to take it up and back to downward facing dog. One more side, wait for your breath. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Step your left foot through or around to find your lunge. Spin your back heel fully to the floor, and as you breathe in, rise Virabhadrasana 2 on the second side. The left knee sometimes wants to knock in, so what can you care for more as the toes point straight ahead? Bend your left knee and guide your left knee open towards those pinky toes. And now try to look away from the ground, stretch out through the fingertips, and remember your breath, a full breath that moves in and down. Stay for the exhale, bend 1 more inch into your front leg as you grow taller through the crown of your head. Now let your legs stay the same. Inhale, reach just your arms up. Bend your left elbow, pat yourself on your upper back, and let the right fingertips grab on. Instead of pulling the elbow back, can you press your left elbow forward into your right hand, and then use your fingertips to lift your elbow to the ceiling. Head goes back as you slide the ribs back. A big breath in. Stay for 1 more exhale, bend into your front thigh as you grow taller through the crown of your head. Now release your arms to a T, straighten your left leg, take a full breath in, grow taller in every direction. And for Trikonasana, let your left hand come to your block or the floor in or outside of that front foot. Let the knees unlock if they tend to. And now here, it's like you're pulling energy from the floor into your body. Hug your legs together from front to back. Keep that as you press into your left hand. Reach up through the right fingertips and forward out through the crown of your head. A bigger breath in. Stay for the exhale. Think ribs back, shoulder blades together, and the head back so your head is in line with your heart. And now that 1 more side stretch, sweep your right fingertips towards the front of the room. Press the pinky side edge of your right foot down. Reach out through the right waist, the right shoulder, and as you press into your left hand, see if your belly can turn to the right, even up to the ceiling, like you could wrap around yourself. Good. Inhale to unwind. Lower your hands to the floor. Step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels and a breath to see what you feel from one side to the other. On an inhale, last time, come forward through to plank. And this time as you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Once you're on your belly, reach your arms alongside of you. Turn your palms down to face the floor. Rest on your forehead or on one side of your cheek for a breath. And feel those legs behind you in space. Now, without moving them, can you hug your legs towards each other? Feel the inner thighs steady you. And press your palms into the floor as you hug your shoulder blades together. Your arms are straight alongside. For locust pose, on an inhale, begin to reach your head, your chest, float your arms up off of the floor. And exhale to lift your legs up and away from the ground. As you take flight here, try to close or even soften your eyes and feel for the full fluency of your breath. Each inhale, can you hug the inner thighs towards each other and think inseams of your pants to the sky. Now kiss the shoulder blades together as you lift your palms 1 more inch, a big breath in, and exhale to release as you lower down. Make a pillow with your hands. You might rest on one side of your cheek or on your forehead. And take a breath to feel how your breath washes its way over you. Each of these chakras we've talked about over the past few weeks, they all have elemental qualities. First chakra of earth, heavy, steady, and connected. The second chakra of water, shape-shifting to any form that it encompasses. Last week's third chakra, that of fire, the heat rises and is always looking for a source. But this fourth chakra, that of air, disperses in every direction. It has a lightness and effervescence, just as your own breath does. So as you rest on the other side of your cheek or on your other palm, take another breath and feel your breath move not just to your skin, but beyond your skin to expand. And as you open your mouth to let it out, let some part of you soften 1 more inch into the floor. After a few breaths on the ground, bring your hands to either side of your chest. Come up through to tabletop, please. And you can sit back onto your heels for a moment. We'll come into a thigh stretch. Fans are on, the rain has stopped, but at any point, even if I don't suggest, take breaks, drink water, give yourself time to pace yourself. What can I care for more? Let's come for a few moments on the knees. So a couple of thigh stretches. If you'd like a blanket, please feel free to find your blanket to pad. And make your way to tabletop. Your hands might be on blocks or they might be on the floor. But as you make your way to table with a blanket or not, or blocks or not, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Come into your lizard lunge. And now walk your left knee back an inch or two so your knee is behind your hip. Keeping your legs where they are, one block or one hand at a time. Start to walk your hands over to the left corner of your mat. Look over your left shoulder, and now bend your left knee to lift your left toes up off the floor. Keep your right hand connected and bring your left hand to hold onto your left foot for Anjaneyasana, this knees down thigh stretch. Stay here with your right hand where it is, or steadily you might walk your right hand back to the inside of your right foot as you lift your chest up. You might play with some balance and climb your right hand up onto your right thigh. You might also wrap your right hand around to give your left foot a hug in towards your butt cheek. But anywhere you are, breathe a deeper breath in and down. Stay for the exhale, lift through your heart, lift your gaze away from the floor, and then bend one more inch into your front right knee. Good, slowly let your right hand come down first, then let go of your back foot. Plant your palms and all the way back to tabletop. Take a few rounds of breath in stillness, maybe a few breaths in cat and cow, and link your breath back to your movement yet again. As you find your way back to table, come to a neutral spine. And we got that second thigh to check out. Bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Scooch your right knee back so it's behind your right hip. And one block and one hand at a time, walk your hands over to the right corner of your mat. Take a peek over your right shoulder. Say hi to your right foot. And as you bend your right knee, lift your toes up off the ground. Reach your right hand around for the top of your left foot for the thigh stretch. Now here, back your booty up towards the heel. So think right butt cheek back. Press your left hand into your block or the floor to lift your chest away from the ground. Stay here breathing, or any of those variations we did, apply here. You might bring your left hand to the inside of the heel. You might bring your left hand to your left thigh, or wrap it around to hug the right foot, but breathe a full breath in and down. Stay for your exhale. Try to lift your heart, lift your gaze away from the floor, and then bend into your front thigh. On an inhale, release your left hand first, then the right foot goes as you step it back to tabletop. Clear your blocks out of the way, and in a few breaths, we'll come to downward facing dog. You can walk your hands forward, walk your knees back as you lift your hips up off the ground. From your down dog, lift both heels, soften your knees, and one foot at a time, walk your feet towards your hands to come into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And on your exhale, fold in towards yourself. Take a breath to rise. Stand through your legs, reach up, touch the sky, get a drop taller than you've been. And as you exhale, let your hands come down by your sides. Find your strap if you have one. You can also do this with your fingers interlaced, but if you're using the strap, unravel it from its jump rope, and we'll come in for a heart opener, a shoulder stretch here. So as you come to stand at the top of your mat with your feet hip width apart, grab your strap between your hands at your low back, or interlace those fingers, but start with your elbows quite bent, and now hug your shoulder blades together. Unlock your knees, lift your chest, and as you stay standing, start to reach your arms off of your butt towards the back of the room without letting the elbows lock out, a tiny bend. Now think ribs back, hug the shoulder blades together, and slide the ears back so your head is in line with your chest. A big breath in. Stay for the exhale. Maybe lift your arms 1 more inch as you slide the throat back. And now keep your arms lifted. Unlock your knees. Start to hinge at your hips and reach your arms up towards the sky. Unlock the elbows, please. Unlock the knees. And now create some resistance. Try to tug your strap or your fingers apart. Hug the shoulder blades together and reach your arms overhead towards the front of the room as you bow in towards yourself. A big breath in. Stay for the exhale to offer the breath out. And now slowly release your hands back to your butt. Ditch your strap off to the side. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Walk your feet to the back of your mat to come on back to downward facing dog for a breath longer. From your down dog, inhale, the right leg lifts up and back. And for pigeon pose, draw your right knee to your right wrist as you lower your right shin to the ground. And now remember, if pigeon doesn't feel anything but supportive on the knee or on the hip, you can come into your lizard lunge like we did in that thigh stretch before. But here, walk your right knee so it comes to the right side of your mat, wider than your hip. Come up onto fingertips or blocks just for a breath, and we're going to get into those hips a little more. Peek over your left shoulder. See if your left leg is all the way off to the left. Can you walk your left knee more to the middle of your mat so it's in line with your left hip? And now here, hug your knees towards each other. Feel your butt literally lift up off the floor. And as you hug your knees in, then walk your back knee back. It's this constant action. Inhale, the knees hug towards each other. As you exhale, then you walk the back knee back. And now this time, begin to walk your hands 1 block or 1 palm at a time over to the left corner of your mat. Press your palms down and forward into your blocks and feel that right hip get heavier towards the floor. You can stay here the whole time. Or to add a twist, you might bring your left elbow or your right elbow to the block on this outside of your mat. You might bring your right elbow to the floor on the left side of your mat. Or you might bring your right elbow to the arch of your right foot as you turn your chest to the left. But here, lift your heart up off the ground and bring your palms together to touch. Every inhale, reach your chest forward to the front of the room. Every exhale from the depths of your belly, turn to the left, breathing. 1 more full breath in as it fills you up, and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. Good. Slowly lower your left hand to the floor, then your right. Walk your back knee forward, walk it forward, walk it forward. So you can step it back to downward facing dog. How'd that go? That's a big one in the hips, yeah? Pigeon with a twist. We're getting into all the nooks and crannies of the hips to support when we come into a back bend in a second. So let's try the last side. Lift your left leg up and back. Left leg through to pigeon or lizard lunge. And now 1 pro tip is when you walk your left knee all the way over to the left, not only does it help stabilize you, but it helps create a little less distance coming in for the twist. But now start here, a little hugging in. Every inhale, the knees hug together. You're trying to create this structure so that when you walk your back knee back, you notice something different in the left hip. Each inhale, hug the knees in, wrap your right hip forward, the left hip back, and then into that, walk the back knee back as you lift your chest up. Now 1 block or 1 hand at a time, walk your hands over to the right corner of your mat. Try to keep your heart lifted the whole time. Lift your chest, lift your gaze up, and then completely optional, you might bring your left elbow to a block on the right side of your mat. You might bring your left elbow to the floor on the right side of your mat. You might also bring your left elbow into the arch of your left foot. Perhaps your palms come together to touch. but it's each breath in, regardless of where you are, reach the bottom of your heart forward, grow long through the spine. And as you exhale, from the depths of your belly, turn your chest open to the right, even up to the ceiling. Take one more breath in. Try to stay for your exhale. And now lower your right hand. Release your left palm. Come back through center. Walk your right knee forward. Walk it forward so you can peel yourself back to downward facing dog. Ooh. Breathing in through the nose and all the way out through the nose or mouth. And now what can I care for more? Stay right here with your breath, or you might lower your knees to the ground and take a few breaths closer to gravity. Or your breath might take you through one of those linking vinyasas we've done together before. But anywhere you so choose, moving or staying still, can it be in reverence to your breath, that air that lives within? A longer breath in to fill your belly and up into your chest, and a deeper breath out through every direction and every fiber of you. After the next few breaths, lower both of your knees down onto the floor, come into tabletop. And now from table, you'll lower your forearms down onto the floor. So once your forearms are down on the ground, a little self-assessment. Here, can you bring your hands to grab onto your biceps? So right where your arms lock into the shoulders. You might notice that brings your elbows a little closer together than shoulder width apart. Try to keep them there as you lower your forearms onto the floor and interlace your fingers as you look at your wrists. Now curl your toes under, look at your wrists, lift your knees and hips up and come into dolphin pose. It's like down dog, but instead of your palms, your forearms are on the floor. Unlock your knees, lift your butt high. And as you press your wrists, your pinkies, your forearms down, lift your butt up and back to the wall behind you. Stay right here, or you might walk your feet a centimeter closer to your elbows as you lift your butt higher to the sky. A big breath in through the nose, and a longer breath out through your nose or mouth. And now walk your feet back, lower your knees to the floor, rest in child's pose or on your belly, or in table for 3 deep breaths at your pace. Whew, who knew heart chakra would be so sweaty? Okay, we're trying that one more time. And now options are completely up to you. Feel free to keep both feet on the ground the entire time, or you might play with some asymmetry by lifting just one foot up off the floor. One foot will always stay on the ground. I'll talk you through it. Last round, and we never have to think about this again. Lower your forearms down onto the floor. Try to bring your elbows an inch closer towards each other. So shorten the distance. Good, that's it. Look at your wrists. And as you press your pinkies, your forearms, your wrists down, curl your toes and lift your knees and hips up. Dolphin, last round, breathing. You'll stay here the entire time. Or lift just your right foot up off the floor. Flex your right foot, straighten your right knee. Lift your right inner thigh to the ceiling as you come onto your left tippiest of tippy toes, breathing. And now lower the right foot, lift your left leg up. Flex your foot, straighten your left leg. And from the back of your heart, as you push your forearms down, come onto your right tippy toes, lift your left leg 1 centimeter higher. Lower the foot down, lower your knees to the floor, child's pose, 3 deep breaths at your own pace. Slow down each breath in and lengthen the full exhale out. Breath to heart, heart to mind, and mind to body. After a few breaths here on the ground, press up through to tabletop. Does everyone have therapy balls that they can work with? If you don't, I can bring some over to you. But if you need any, we'll come to lie onto your back for a moment with your head to the front of the room, feet to the back. Have your therapy balls and one of your blocks within a grabbable distance. And we'll take a few rounds of breath in backward bends. So place the block and the therapy balls off to the side. Once you're on your back, bend your knees and bring both feet onto the floor. Once your feet are on the ground, walk your heels back so that they're an inch closer towards your butt cheeks. And let your arms come alongside of you as you press your palms into the floor. In a moment, we'll come to bridge pose, so do clear any therapy balls or blocks out of the way. And as you shrug your shoulders to the ears, wiggle the shoulder blades towards each other to lift your chest up off the floor. Now press through your feet, lift your butt high off the ground, wiggle the shoulder blades together, and lift the back of your heart away from the floor. Now press the back of your head down to lift your chin. Let the throat be open so there's more space for breath to come through. Your hands might stay long as you press your palms into the floor. You might grab opposite edges of your mat and try to tug your mat apart to hug the shoulder blades closer together. It's a back bend, the heart lifts. Or you might interlace your fingers and press your wrists, your forearms, and your pinkies down to lift your butt up. Take another big breath in through the nose. Stay for the exhale as you press through your feet. Lift your hips 1 more inch off of the earth. Now slowly release your hands. Lower your butt to the floor. Either knock your knees into one another or gently windshield wiper your knees from side to side, being mindful of any props. Doing gentle twists or letting your knees hug in is a very valuable counter pose to back bends. It creates length in the low and middle back. So before we go to the next 2 rounds of backward bends, I'd love to get some therapy balls in there into the upper back. So you can grab your therapy balls, feel free to keep them in or take them out of their tote, but go ahead and hold on to them and start to lift your head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor. Now from your upper back, you'll pop the therapy balls in between your shoulder blades onto either side of your spine. Once you find the top tips of your shoulders, let your head come back down onto the floor, or to alleviate any pressure, you'll bring your head up onto a block. Can I help you out for a second? Lift your head up and now come on down. On back. Mm-hmm. So with your head on the ground or head on a block, take a big breath in through the nose and open your mouth to let that breath out as your arms get heavy alongside of you. You might stay right here, or perhaps, like we did in that heart bench a long time ago, you might reach your arms to the ceiling like you're holding a beach ball between your hands. Stretch your fingertips 2 more inches to try to touch the sky if your arms are lifted. And as you exhale, plug the shoulder blades together. Feel the upper back settle. Twice more, 2 more breaths. Big inhale in anywhere you are. And even open your mouth to let it out and notice what part of you can soften. 1 more big breath in. If your arms are lifted, reach them higher to the ceiling. And as you exhale, plug the shoulder blades together and now slowly lower your arms all the way to the floor. Let's find 2 more places. Bend your knees, bring your feet onto the ground, press through your legs, and now roll your body to the front of the room, just a few inches, until you feel the therapy balls come to the middle of the shoulder blades, slightly lower than before. Once you find this new place, bring the blocks with you as needed. A big breath in through the nose, and open your mouth to let that breath out as your arms get heavy. Stay right here, or you might reach your arms up towards the ceiling once again, and this time being mindful of any props or those around you. Perhaps just you reach your right arm to the front of the room, overhead, and then as your right arm draws up to the ceiling, you reach just your left arm overhead to notice any difference from side to side. But see if you can move 10% slower than you are already, and be curious of your breath and the sensation in the back of your heart. We often think these chakras just exist in the front of the body, but there are these three-dimensional spots of energy that exist in the middle and especially in the back where these therapy balls are now. So as you take a few breaths, once you've gone evenly, lower your arms down by your sides. And for one last place, bend your knees, feet on the floor, press through your feet and roll your body another few inches north until those therapy balls come to the bottom of your shoulder blades. So still in the upper back, but at the very bottom of your heart. A big breath in. And open your mouth to let that breath out. And now perhaps your arms stay heavy anywhere they are, or you might reach your arms to the ceiling. And this time give yourself an embrace as if your hands could wrap around you and reach for the therapy balls behind your back. You might lean a little from side to side or stay still, but try to unclench and ungrip your fingers. If you're giving yourself a hug, switch which elbow is on top to notice any difference as you take a big breath in and open your mouth to let all of that breath out. And now slowly unwrap your arms if they're wrapped around you, clear any blocks from underneath you, and to make the exit journey, scoot your butt towards your heels, feel the therapy balls roll up your back, or you might lean to one side to push them out of the way as you drape your upper back onto the floor. Now those therapy balls, a moment to mine the depths of the back of your heart. We'll come into 2 more rounds of backward bends using what we just created. So just like you did with your knees bent, feet on the floor, reach your arms alongside of you. I'll talk you through to bridge pose or an option for Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. As your arms come out long, press through your feet, lift your butt high to the sky, start off in bridge, wiggle the shoulder blades together, and press the back of your head down to lift your chin. Feel the memory of where those therapy balls were in the back of your heart. Stay right here, or bring your hands by your ears with your palms as wide as your mat. Let your fingertips graze the sides of your mat. And as you press through your legs, you might come up to the top of your head first. Press through your legs to maybe straighten your arms. Your heels turn out, your toes turn in as you reach your chest to the middle front of the room, breathing. Now after a few breaths, take your time to lower your upper back, lower your hips, come all the way down. Either knock your knees into each other or slowly windshield wiper your knees from side to side. A long breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or parted lips. Now last round, third and final round, your choice. Anything we've done, bridge pose, supported bridge with a block under your hips, or Urdhva Dhanurasana. But for all of those options, start with your knees bent, feet on the floor. Wiggle the shoulder blades towards each other. Feel the memory of where those therapy balls were. On an inhale, lift your hips high up off the ground. Hug your shoulder blades together. Stay here, slide a block underneath your hips. Stay there, or with your hands as wide as your mat. Maybe you press through your legs to lift up into upward facing bow. Offer it to your breath, breath to heart, heart to mind, and mind to body. Slow and steady, each breath in and out. And now after 3 or 4 rounds of breath, take your time to lower down the same way you came in. The upper back kisses the floor, the hips lower, and as you walk your feet to come as wide as your mat, drop both of your knees over to the right hand side like windshield wipers on a car. Wait for the inhale to bring your knees back up through center. And even open your mouth to let it out as you let your knees drop over to the left. One more from side to side. Big inhale, the knees come back up. And as you exhale, you drop your knees to the right. Inhale to bring your knees up through center. And a deeper breath out to drop your knees to the left. Now this time, the next time the knees come back through center, cross your left thigh all the way over your right thigh like you're seated in a chair, no space between those thighs. Scooch your butt a few inches to the left and drop your knees to the right for a twist. If you're here with your knees crossed and it feels like there's any pulling on the middle or low back, feel free to uncross your legs and stack them one on top of the other. But with your hands on your belly or on your chest or off to the side, let both legs get heavy to the right. Feel the back of your head soften to the floor. And maybe you let your gaze travel to the left, letting the left side of your jaw, your left cheek, and the left corner of your eye soften and widen into the ground. On your next inhale, bring your head up through center. Uncross your legs and draw your legs through center. And as you cross your right thigh all the way over your left thigh, scooch your butt a few inches to the right so you stay on your sticky mat, and drop your knees over to the left, letting them get heavy to the floor. As the back of your head softens to the ground, take a long, deep breath in. And on your exhale, let your gaze begin to travel over to the right. So the right side of your jaw, your right cheek, and the right corner of your eye softens and widens against the earth. A bigger breath in and a longer breath out. On your next inhale, uncross your legs as you draw your knees and feet through center. Give your legs a hug in towards your chest or belly. You might stay here in stillness. You might come to happy baby as you widen your knees and let your hands catch the backs of your thighs, your calves, or your ankles. But let the back of your head and your butt get heavy to the floor as you take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out, letting the weight of your legs release all the way down to the ground. Once you release the hold of your legs, to set up for Shavasana, your pose of rest, give yourself a few moments here to take anything it is that you need, any layers you'd like to add, any props to support yourself. You might let your hair down or set your glasses safely off to the side for a few moments. But begin to drape yourself onto the earth in any way, shape, or form. If there's anything you can do to become even 1% more comfortable than you are already, please feel free to take it. But here, as you soften into the lap of the earth underneath you, allow for the right, the left, the front, and the back of your body be held and supported by the floor beneath. And it's here as you listen for your own breath, where each breath dissolves the entire practice that was. Each breath helps you arrive to where you are now. And every breath that returns renews and creates more space for what has yet to come. As you feel the slow steadiness of your breath, your awareness might travel to the very center of your heart, where you might imagine or feel or notice this green ball of energy in the center of your heart, pulsating, breathing life into every corner of your body and being. And just like the air of your breath, the air that brings sweetness, that freshness, that lightness, this green radiating energy moves from the center of your chest, through the shoulders, down through the arms, out through the fingertips, as it returns up the arms into the center of your heart. It moves through every fiber and direction of you. Anahata chakra, the chakra of the heart, helping you feel the air and breath within, and seeing what it is you can care for more. So for the next few moments, can you let your breath allow your body to get heavier against the earth? And the heavier you become, the more spacious you might just start to feel. Begin to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a deeper breath out. Take another breath in and down. Let it fill you up completely. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. Let your breath begin to awaken the body that you're in with any gentle movement that feels supportive to you. You might roll your wrists or your ankles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you tip your head slowly from one side to the other, heavy against the floor. Or being mindful of any props or neighbors, you might reach your arms away from your legs or draw your knees in towards your chest. But when the time comes, you can bend both knees, reach your arms overhead as you roll over to either side of your choice to curl into yourself. A breath or two here against the ground. Now with the least amount of effort required, press into the floor to come up to rise to a seat facing the front of the room. With your eyes softly opened or closed, take another breath in and down so it fills you up, and a deeper breath up and out through every direction. Anahata chakra, the color of green, the element of air, asking yourself the question, what is it that I can care for more? we'll finish our practice and our time with one more of those breaths. You can place your hands to anywhere that feels like center for you as you take a deep breath in to offer all of it out. You might bow your head to your heart or lift your hands towards your head in such a simple but profound gesture of self-reverence, bowing to your heart and the hearts of each other who practiced right alongside with you. And with all of my heart, I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you for choosing to be here and being together. Thanks, everyone. Drink water, take good care of yourselves and each other. If there's any props or things you used from the studio, if you want to give them a swipe with, there's some wipes here. The pollen is abundant, so I am trying to swipe it off of everything that I see. While you're unsetting up, next week, Chakra 5, chin stand is what we're working towards. This is now my 6th year of teaching it, and no one has come up to me after class and said, please don't do this anymore. So we're in it, baby. Chin stand is what we're exploring next week. And then some balance the week afterwards. Bye, Carrie, take care. And then some scheduling announcements. In May, like I mentioned, it'll be Saturdays from 9 to 10 at the Art Museum Sculpture Garden. It's the one there's no actual sculptures there. It's just like a beautiful flat patio. But it overlooks the Schuylkill River, and it's BYO mat. It's a very beginner-friendly class, and you get a little coupon to go to the art museum for free or for a discount afterwards, and that'll be every Saturday in May, rain and weather depending. And then Monday nights in May, this is on the internet, I'm teaching my 4-week Pose Breakdown to Breakthrough series, where it's 90 minutes on Monday nights. We spend time focusing on different combinations of poses. So there's always back bends and inversions the first weekend, hip openers and arm balances, binds and twists. And then the last weekend is all the stuff we missed, and then maybe a field trip to John's or Cuzzy's afterwards. So you can join for all, none, the field trip, anything else, but that'll be on Monday nights, and you can pop in at your leisure. Yes, but that's all for me. Anyone else have any announcements in your worlds? Things to see, to go to, that other people might be interested in? Pastry? Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Well, when they come up. Oh, yum. Oh, these are the announcements that we love to hear, so thank you.